Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Mike. This is For the Record. First and foremost, I'd like to mention that if you were expecting or hoping on an album review on the Eagles, live from the Forum, came out this year. I filmed it, or I was in the middle of filming it, and I don't know if it had to do with storage on my phone or what happened, but I was like 15, 20 minutes into the video, and my phone didn't only shut down, but the video was just gone. I was so aggravated. You know, I put so much into that video, I just didn't have the energy to do it again. But if you're interested in seeing that, maybe I'll shoot it again. Obviously, it's not going to be. It'll be next year, 2021. It's a killer album. Love the album, but about this particular video, I just wanted to attempt, because I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. As far as the video, I just wanted to end the year. What a crazy fucking year it's been, man. It's been crazy in more ways than one. I wanted to end this year with a video thanking all my new subscribers. I don't do many videos, but I just want to take a minute to thank all of my new subscribers. Thank you. Thank you. And my old ones as well. The guys have been following me around for a while. But I want to end this year, and I want to at least do one more video commemorating this year by going back and talking briefly about new albums that I've bought this year. And this certainly is not all of the albums. These aren't all of the albums I bought. These are the ones I'm going to show are the new or reissues that I bought that I actually just realized I'm forgetting a few, so I might grab those, or at least one, when I'm doing while I'm talking about things. This isn't all of them, but I think it's pretty much 99% of them. I went through my collection. I try to remember which ones I bought this year. New stuff I bought, certainly not like old stuff. This year my record collection has grown exponentially. 2020 has been the year for me as far as record collecting, buying, selling. This year has been. It started off. It was January, February, sometime. I bought the largest record collection I had ever bought, and if anybody follows me on Facebook, you saw my posts. I drive a Ford Fusion, and I filled that car to the point where I thought I was going to die. I literally, my car was completely filled. The seller was like, "Oh, just come back another day." And I was like, "No, I just want to do it tonight." It was just before the COVID hit. I mean, days before, maybe a week or two before. So I was like, I just want to get it all done in one shot, because when I went there, it was certainly more than what he had posted. But anyway, so that 2020 started out with that record collection, and I just kept buying and kept buying, kept selling and stuff. And because of that, because of the ability to do that, I've been able to upgrade my entire system. I've got new Behringer studio monitors here. I got a sheet audio receiver here. Or preamp, sorry, not a receiver. I upgraded my turntable right over here. It's a vintage JVC. I was able to upgrade that with the Audifon Blue cartridge and head shell. You know, so doing all this buying and selling has gave me the ability to upgrade my entire system. And I didn't have to dig into my personal account that we pay the bills. So buying and selling 2020 has been the year for me, and I've been able to do a lot of things because of that. So, you know, I don't buy a lot of new stuff, a lot of like new issue or reissue stuff. But if there's an artist that I really admire, I'll support that artist, and I'll go ahead and I'll buy it. And some of this stuff is going to be a surprise. I don't have anything written down. I'm going to shoot from the hip on saying, you know, what I'm going to say about these. Again, this is my opinion, or these are my opinions. And my feelings about the music that I bought. So before I go any further, I did want to try to dig out one more that I just realized I forgot to grab. It's going to go here. So basically, again, I believe this is pretty much every new album or reissue I bought this year. There's probably a few that I'm missing, but I think this is pretty much it. What I went ahead and did was, which I don't like to, pull things out of my record collection, and then I just don't like taking them out and leaving them around. I have everything perfect and everything where I want it to be. I'm really anal about certain things I do here. So for me to pull records out, I'm like kind of like out of my norm, you know, unless I'm going to listen to it. That's partially why I don't really do a lot of these contests that you see here on YouTube. So I pull these things out, and I put them in an order from least favorite, or like the least favorite or bad for whatever reason it's I don't like it, to my favorite. So I need to figure out where this one goes, because I forgot about this one until just now. So we're going from least favorite. I'd probably say this right. Okay, so again, from least favorite, and I'm going to talk briefly. Try not to talk too much about them. So the first two are almost tied. The first one, you'll be really surprised, because if you've been following me for 30 seconds here on YouTube, you know I'm a huge John Fogerty CCR fan. I have everything officially and unofficially released from him. Why did I pick this one first as my least favorite? Well, I did an album review on this, and I tore this apart. I tore it apart. If you're curious to know exactly what I said about John Fogerty live at Red Rocks, the issues I had or have with it, to this day I still feel exactly the same way. Briefly though, if you are interested to hear what I have to say about it, go back and find the video where I do the album review on John Fogerty live at Red Rocks. The thing I liked about it was, well, it's a live album. Absolutely love it. Sounded great. The DVD is great. Visually, it's a unbelievable concert experience. But when they pressed it on vinyl, the whole purpose of this is 50-year trip right here. And the problem I had with it, or have with it, is they cut 7 of the best songs off or out of the double album. And it's only available on, those songs are only available on the DVD concert or one of the CD versions. Well, I call it the deluxe. I'm not sure if that's how it's labeled, but I call it the deluxe because it's a 2 CD edition and it's got a ton of songs. And they got 7 of the best songs because it was going to be too long for a double album. And again, you want more about that, go back and look for my album review on John Fogerty's Live at Red Rocks. That's why I chose it as my least favorite out of all the new stuff I bought this year, because it was, the whole concert was celebrating his 50-year trip, and those 7 songs that were cut off of the vinyl edition, it just I was so angry, so angry. The next one, I'll try and not make this a long video. I will try. This would have been first. I did an album review on this one. I think at that time I had mentioned that it was growing on me, or it grew on me. you know, the Dixie Chicks, Gaslighter, it was one of the most anticipated albums for me to get this year, just because it was announced in 2019, like early in 2019, and then, you know, this album came out, and I don't really want to go too much detail, but what I don't like about it is, I think one of the things, it's just not catchy. I haven't listened to it, I think, since I did the album review on it, maybe once or twice. I have a hard time listening to it. It's so, to me, it's not as flowy as their earlier stuff. It's not as country as the earlier stuff. It's more contemporary. It's more, it just doesn't do it for me. And I think politically and sociologically, I think I'm trying to say, just what's going on in society, they really, one or two of the songs on here is directly relating to what's going on in society. And I get it, a lot of songs are written about what's going on in the world, but I feel like it was rushed, and I feel like some of the songs, or at least one of the songs, I think it's called Stop. I feel like it was put on there only because of what's going on in the world. For her, March. Yeah, the song March. Stop, same thing. I feel like that song was put on it last minute because of what's going on with the movement in the world right now. I feel like that's why that song was put on there. The song didn't fit. So I mean, the album doesn't do it for me. I don't want to not recommend it. I mean, if you're a Dixie Chicks fan, then go ahead and get it. I had a hard time listening to it, and I still do. So if you want to hear more about that, I was on the fence at that time. I'm sort of off the fence now. So go back, and if you're curious to know what I have to say about it, go back. This one I don't think I did an album review on this one. I've listened to this a few times. This is Lennox, Nostalgia. I'm not sure what year, if this came out. I'm not sure if this came out this year or last year. I'm not sure exactly. This is it was reasonably priced at Barnes & Noble. I think I got it at like the 50% off sale that they were having at the time. It's a good album. I have nothing bad to say about it. It's good pressing, sounds good. It's I don't want to say it's my least favorite or my favorite. It's a decent album. If you like her music, I recommend it. But this is one album that I bought this year. Took a chance on it. I like it. Nothing bad to say about it. I think it's great when you see an artist like this who you grew up on their music in the 80s with MTV and all the other stuff. And if you don't know what MTV is, I'm sorry. But you grew up in the music and on the videos, and this is one of those artists that's still around today, you know. Next one, I took a chance on this one. Of course, I mean, I love Van Morrison. I mean, who doesn't like Van Morrison? So we're getting further into albums that I like more and more. This one, nothing wrong with this one. It's really, if you haven't heard this one, if you look very carefully at, there's Van Morrison sitting right here. He's got his ears like this, and then you got Joey I don't even know how to say his name. Defra, I can't say it. So the album, if you look at it, look at the characters there. The album is pretty much that. That's what you would literally, don't judge a book by its cover, don't judge a album by its cover, but this album illustrates exactly what this album is this picture right here. It's really you know, what can I say? It's a good album. You know, it's a good album. I recommend it. You like Van Morrison. I don't know who Joey is, but you know, the album cover totally represents correctly what you would expect on this album. And it's a double album too, which is even better. I love double albums, especially when it's represented as well as this one. It's a gatefold as well, I believe. Yep, it's a gatefold. Moving right along. been a fan of this group for since I was in the service. This right here is the Bee Gees Sing and Play 14 Bee Gees Classics. Really, this is if you're a fan, if you've been a fan of the Bee Gees for years, like I have, since the late 90s, I've been a huge fan. This is basically a reissue of they had, before they were the Bee Gees, when they were in their home country, hometown, whatever. They would sing at local pubs, local restaurants, and I'm not sure if you would consider this a bootleg, but that original album would be their actual first album before they were known as the Bee Gees. The original album is called The Bee Gees Sing 14 Barry Gibb Songs, I think is what it is. The Bee Gees Sing 14 Barry Gibb Songs, I believe, with the original, which it goes for $1,000 or more if you can get an original. It was never pressed in the U.S. It was only available in the U.K. So it's really, really expensive. I'm always looking on Amazon. I'm always looking on eBay for it, and I've only seen it for, it goes over $1,000, and that's for an original pressing. This is a reissue that, you know, a lot of people say I prefer the original. Some people say I prefer reissues. I also prefer original pressing or OG pressings, but for this, for all intents and purposes, this right here, you can't get the original pressing. So this is a fine substitute until you're able to find original. If you can, in fact, get an original, you may not be able to. It's pretty much impossible. But I'm always looking. So the sound quality is fine. It's okay. Highs and lows are good. Or some people, I think they call them way and flow or something. But the highs and lows are fine. I have a funny suspicion that it was probably recorded from something digitally. It sounds that clear, that clean. I've never heard of this label, Replay. I don't know anything about them, but I have a funny suspicion that it was probably recorded from some sort of digital way, because it sounds really good, but it sounds like too good. But it's not the usual Bee Gees stuff you would expect. It's good if you're a completist. Not something I would start a collection out with, but if you like the Bee Gees and you like the music, you will enjoy this. It's, like I said, it's a reissue, and I have a freaky or a funny suspicion that it was probably recorded from some sort of digital whatever, because, you know. But again, a fine substitute until I have $1,000 to buy the original. The next one, so this group is going to be the only group in this video that is going to be shown twice. We are talking about the Dixie Chicks. This is Taken a Long Way. Taken a Long Way. I like this album. This was aside from Gaslighter, this is my least favorite. Not that there's anything wrong with it. They were really country through the 90s, and then they come out with this, and this is more where they were kind of heading towards more of they were going away from the country sound and more like a contemporary rockish sound, not so much twangy. But aside from Gaslighter, this is my least favorite. I love the band. I think they're great, but they were sort of kind of going towards, I want to say, the darker side a little bit. We have a visitor. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Alrighty. I think I don't think Winnie's been in a video since, God, it's been a number of years. She was in a video when she was just a pup years ago. So, yeah, so I like it. It's easy to listen to. You know, a lot of people say, well, how can something be difficult? Well, if you're sitting there listening to an album and you're like, I can't wait for this fucking album to be done, this is easy to listen to. It's just different. That's all. Good pressing. I mean, you know, sounds fine. Alrighty, come here, sit down. We're getting into some the Kinks now. I think we have. This is again, this is another Barnes and Noble find. This was, if I remember, and I'm shooting from the hip on this. I haven't listened to it in a few months, and I believe, following what the hype sticker says, it's their debut album on the new RCA label. So they switched labels, and this is their debut album on the RCA label. And also there is, it's 180 gram vinyl, which doesn't really make a difference. Doesn't make the album sound any better. Includes the LP with demos, alternate 72 BBC, Peel session, and more. Sounds good. A great, reissue. Sounds fine. Good pressing. Good for until you get an original. I think the biggest thing biggest trouble I have with ordering albums online, Amazon, and also going to Barnes & Noble is, the biggest pet peeve I have is when you get the album and it's warped. 99% of the stuff I bought at Barnes & Noble this year, 99% of it, and also ordering from Amazon too, 99% of that stuff has been warped, and I've sent it back several times. This one, I believe this was one that I got that it was not damaged. I didn't have to return it. Good pressing, sounds fine, nothing bad to say about it. Going on to the next, we have a couple left. Okay, 20 minutes in. This one is CCR. This one's live at the Fillmore West closing night, 4th of July, 1971. So Fillmore West. This is a reissue on, I've never even heard of this label. It's called Radio Loop Loop is the label. This came across, I might have been on Facebook, and I came across it came across my feed. Go ahead. Came across my feed, and then I went on to eBay or Amazon and I looked for it. And I have all of CCR's stuff, officially, unofficially. I have all of their bootleg on vinyl, all their bootlegs on vinyl. I think there's only like one or two that I don't have that I'm looking for. But this is kind of like an official release of a bootleg, is basically what it is. It's Fillmore West, July 1971. I'm sure, I know for a fact that one or more of the bootlegs, official bootlegs, one with like the white labels with no lettering on it whatsoever, I believe those are from this, the same concert. But it was inexpensive. It's an official reissue of a bootleg. I love the band. Sounds fine. Probably from a digital source. Could be wrong. Next one is, out of all these, this is my second favorite. Funny because this is, I don't know why it's funny. Why is it funny? I don't know. This to date is my most expensive album because it's a box set. There's nothing in there. It's all right here. The book, that's a booklet and the hype sticker. I don't want to say too much. I may do another or attempt at another video for the Eagles Live at the Forum. This, first and foremost, it's expensive. I think I want to say $70 to $80 something dollars. It's a 4-disc set. They have other ones that are like 1 or 2 albums, and obviously it's been cut, the concert's been trimmed. I like this. The biggest thing I like about this album is it's complete, start to finish, start of the concert to the end of the concert. All the talking. There's only one part that's actually that's cut out, but if you watch the DVD, you'll understand why. It's something visual you have to see. So they cut that, but all intents and purposes, this is a complete concert, start to finish. Remarkable pressing. Sounds unbelievable. The DVD itself is even better. I love watching concerts, but this represents the band. This represents a fine album. and it's all right there. 4 albums, 4 records in this box set. Don't bother getting the single album or the double album. Get this one. Splurge, spend the extra money, and get the 4-disc set. Highly recommend it if you like the Eagles. Unbelievable. Unbelievable sound. And yeah. Deacon Fry, obviously Glenn Fry has passed away. Deacon Fry, his son, it's unbelievable because he sounds really good and he fits right in. It's like he's been touring with him for years. I don't want to say he sounds like Glenn. It doesn't sound like his father, but he represents the songs and he makes the songs his own. Unbelievable. Deacon Fry, unreal. You have, if you like the Eagles, I'm telling you, splurge and spend the extra cash on the 4-disc. Don't bother with the other ones. Get this set right here. Okay, highly recommended. Highly, highly recommended. I had nothing bad to say about it. Actually, I lied because I said the Dixie Chicks were the only band to be in my top list for this year, and I lied because the Eagles, Hotel California. Oh, it's Hotel California. This would probably be almost tied with Eagles Live from the Forum, but this one this is a reissue. This is not an original pressing. I have no problems with this at all whatsoever. This is a double album. It was pressed in England. I want to say it was England. The sound quality is yeah, Germany. I'm sorry, not England, Germany, right there. Now, I don't know if all of it's right there. Made in Germany. So, I'm not sure if all of the reissues were made in Germany. I'm not sure if I got lucky and the one reissue I got this one. I can't remember if this was eBay or if it was Amazon. I don't really remember. But I would have to recommend. I don't know if it was reissued only in Germany or if just, like I said, I don't know if this particular one I got lucky. But the sound quality on this is the 25th anniversary, 2 LP remastered, all that good stuff. Okay, this sounds remarkable. Great pressing. Quality is great. Geffen Records right here. I think Geffen. I think it's been bought out and gobbled up by another record company, but could be wrong on that. Just the pressing, the sound quality, super clear, super clean. Highs and lows sound fantastic. Nothing bad to say about this pressing. Again, if you're thinking about getting a reissue, I would try and get the one that was pressed in Germany. I don't know if they were all redone, reissued, or repressed there, but I suggest getting one that was pressed in Germany. It has the 25th anniversary, and it says 2 LP remastered featuring the hit singles Get Over It and Love Will Keep Us Alive. I had nothing bad to say about this. This pressing was just unreal, unbelievable. I put this on all the time. It's one of my go-to albums for workout, running. That one and this one, definitely a great album. Great album. Nothing bad to say about this. I would love to get an original pressing. I don't know why I don't have it, but I don't know why I don't have it in my collection, but I'm always looking for an original pressing of Hell Freezes Over. And that's it. You know, I definitely recommend. I mean, out of everything here, I would probably recommend. I would say if you're looking for a reissue, get this. And if you're looking to splurge a little bit, I definitely recommend Eagles Live from the Forum, the 4-disc edition. Don't bother with the other ones. And that's it. I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year if you celebrate. I am looking forward to 2021. I'm looking forward to 2020 ending. 2021, it's, you know, it's got to get better. We'll pull through. We'll be all right. And if you're still watching, I appreciate it. Again, I thank all my new subscribers. I thank all my old subscribers as well. Appreciate you following me through the years, and we will see what 2021 brings. Okay? And as always, be kind to others. Peace.